All right, we have Mr. Ben Moody, State Route 20 Median Improvement Project.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, and members of the council. The item before you is in regards to the State Route Median Improvement Project, which is a median that many are familiar with on State Route 20 between Stafford and Clark that's paved and ugly. The city's been working with this project for a little bit of time to work with Caltrans. It's in Caltrans jurisdiction to put a project together that meets our standards and is aesthetically pleasing and also leads to a better image for the city and economic growth potential for the area. So over the last relative few months, we've got approval from Caltrans for an encroachment permit. It took some time. With it being in the state right away, the Caltrans needed to approve the encroachment permit and then the city take on the maintenance of that proposed area so that we could maintain it at a level that we want. And so with that approval, we went out to bid. We went out to bid in February, March, and then in April, a portion of April. We extended the bid 2 times due to lack of interest. We had a real hard time getting contractors interested in the job. We reached out, tried to find out what's going on. Why can't I get anybody to bid on this job? And it's just it's a relatively small project with a high risk. It's in Caltrans jurisdiction, which has additional oversight. It's on a busy highway, limited staging, work hour restrictions at night. Nothing really positive about it that I could attract bidders. And then additionally, the work's primarily landscape work, where landscapers typically don't take on a prime contract to kind of be the lead as the prime contractor for the job. And so after reaching out to multiple, besides sending it out to the exchanges, the newspaper, we contacted local contractors directly. Asked what we could do to try to make it more appealing to bid on it, and we ended up only obtaining one bidder that would purchase the plans. And after discussions with, and so we had the bid opening in April 5th. The one bid came in high, and their engineer's estimate was $186,000. The single bid received was $260,000, about 40% over the estimate. When we were doing the review, it kind of came back with what we thought. The one guy knows that he didn't have any competition, so there's some fluff in there. And then, looking at the engineer's estimate, we felt pretty confident with our number, with the recent work being compared to the same work we did on Bridge Street. These medians are real similar, and we took that number on Bridge Street and we understood that, hey, the quantity wasn't as much, and the Caltrans issues in the night work, so we bumped up those numbers 20%, and then we took another 15% on there for contingency items, and we still, I think with the lack of, with a small reward for the high risk, we couldn't get that interest for that type of work. So with that, there's a few options in the public contract code. You could cancel the project, you could rebid the project, you could award it and pay the higher cost, or we want to look into option 4, which is basically in the public contract code. It says that if the local agency could do it through force account or by its own means at a more economical, reasonable price, that we could directly subcontract the work. So instead of bidding that work out to a prime contractor who then subcontracts it, I'm going to go directly to the subcontractors and say, hey, give me your best bid, and then we'll enter into a contract with the subcontractor and coordinate it. And so staff has reached out. We feel strongly that there's a lot of money left on the table, and there's some options for reducing costs, and that we could do it cheaper and within budget. And so with that, I'd like for your consideration tonight that we reject all bids and authorize, adopt a resolution rejecting all bids received for contract number 16-14 SR20 Median Improvement Project and authorizing the city to use force account to complete the project per Public Contract Code Section 22038. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any question or comments from council members? I actually have a little bit here regarding the funding sources for this project. There was SACOG funding for this project or anything, or is it just purely our project funds or road funds, or what is this?
It's a combination.
I cannot remember.
It's a combination. We budgeted through the CIP. There's $100,000 that was a SACOG grant fund with some local funds.
No, if we were to cancel, SACOG would take the money back, correct?
Yes, we are on a time constraint, and that scope has been approved.
That's what I wanted to make sure was people were aware of. So we have to use this, or we will lose it, and it'll sit the way it is. And we do have a minimal amount of our own funding there, and the possibility of even coming in lower than the than what you're even saying on the savings of the 186 is there, correct?
I believe if
by going through our process.
We go through our process. We're taking out the middleman, and we have some options for value engineering with minimizing the cost with Caltrans and some of the work scope.
Okay. That's all I have. Guess now I'd have looking for some action.
Move to approve staff's recommendation.
Have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, hearing that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much. Go out there and get it done. Thank you.